Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Listen. How's everyone doing this morning on this Thursday? Beautiful morning. It's Thursday. About to be the weekend. Hey. Good morning. Listen, I got to talk about some things, but let me let me introduce myself, and then let me give my disclaimer, give a little bit of introduction. Then we're gonna go into embodiment and frequencies. I've been doing a lot of deep meditation. Again, when I talk about whatever I talk about, it took me 6, almost 7 years to experience and understand the experiment that I was going through, learning how to walk by spirit. Now, a lot of people don't. A lot of people claim they do, but a lot of people really don't. That is a a series. It's a series of ego deaths. Ego death after ego death, fire after fire, isolation, betrayal sends you straight into isolation. And I just want to help y'all understand when you going through, as people say, narcissists or anything that's betrayal or manipulation. All of those are dark spirits. All of those are principalities. The frequency of the prince of the air, which is Satan. All of these are everything that you feel, the emotions. I'm gonna bite my tongue. The emotions, the pain, the suffering, y'all label as trauma, brokenhearted. All of these things that a lot of people is running scarcity in this earth. A lot of those things has put in a lot of people in um uh mental imprisonment, spiritually, not physically. You're just living off you're acting out of the frequency you're carrying within. So your actions determines what your frequency is. So if you're a manipulator, you know that in your lifetime people ran game on you. In the hood we call it running game on you. People done ran game on you. I'm gonna use a lot of different terms. I'm not trying to be up here with enticing words. I'm not trying to be sophisticated about it. I just speak the way I speak. What's on my heart is going to come off. It's going to be pleasant. It's going to be soft, and it's going to be strong all at the same time. So you're going to get all of that all at once. You're going to get the softness. You're going to get the strongness, and you're going to get the truth all at the same time. So it's not that I'm coming on you. I'm not coming off too harsh. I'm very strongly compassionate. I'm compassionate about what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. I am excited about what I know. It's mind blowing. It seems like every day I learn something new. I'm learning the signs and the synchronicities. I'm learning how Almighty speak through different people. It's just amazing, and I'm gonna give y'all, before I get into what I got to talk about. I got my notes. I'm learning how to learn. Y'all see my little book? Isn't this cute? This is so girly. Um, I'm in my feminine energy now, so I'm soft but strong. So I'm soft with it, but I'm strong with it, meaning that all the pain I transmuted it into strength. The Almighty helped me to understand how to transmute energy. It's amazing. I might sound weird to you all. I might sound like I'm a psychic. I'm not a psychic, so don't put that in your head. I might sound like a practitioner. I guess that's what y'all call it. Fortune teller, divination. I might sound like all of those people, but there are two different realms. The wheat is talking about the real spiritual movement. And the tear, meaning the evil ones, they need potions and incense, and they need crystals and tarot cards and all of that extra stuff. They need all of that, but I don't. I got the Holy Spirit himself, and I can go up against one of them any day. I don't need to work out. I don't need a magic potion or I got this. No, I meditate, and that's why I tell y'all the discernment in this earth is very, very important, because you will, when you are spiritually fogged up, you are spiritually dead, you are spiritually not in tune with yourself, you are mistaken practitioner for a chosen one. You're mistaken a tarot card reader for a chosen one. You are mistaken a practitioner for a chosen one. You are mistaken using crystals for a chosen one. Now, crystals are significant in the word of God, but it's for to label the 12 tribes. Every tribe have a certain crystal, and it's in the word of God on the gates. Oh, it's 12 tribes with 12 gates. That's where the 144,000 come in at. It's 12,000 a tribe. So 12 times 12 equals 144. Right? It's simple math, simple multiplication. But the Almighty, he works with his children by numbers. That's why I tell y'all, be very careful when you hear angel numbers, when the people be like, no, we don't believe in numbers. That's demonology and all. These people are not awakened. They don't understand what they're talking about. They're not awakening. They want to feel important. They trying to force knowledge. They trying to force that they know the Almighty, but these people have not went in and cracked open the soul and start doing the work within. So they're gonna say what they assume. All you got to do is just look at and one thing I'm gonna learn, y'all. I got another car, y'all, but I'm gonna talk about this car in a few minutes. Talk take time when y'all listen to these individuals online. Take time to watch them. Be careful who you're watching. And I'm saying this for real to help you understand who's coming from a peer tree and who is coming from an unpure tree. Satan portrays himself as an angel of light. Many people got these titles and they wear them because they know a lot of you all are not spiritually awakened. A lot of you fall for pastors and preachers and teachers and evangelists. Anything that's got a title, they sound good. They got a hit of wisdom, but then a lot of squeeze of foolishness because they try to put it all together. Sit back and listen to. Don't play into the wounds. Don't play into the conversations. Look beyond it. You have to look beyond these individuals. They dressed up real pretty. They got pretty backgrounds. They got degrees. They got good vocabulary words. They very well put together. They got a congregation, or they got a group of people, or they got a massive of people that follow them. Those ones you have to really truly, and I'm not talking about ones that got 50,000 or 60,000. I'm not talking about people that get up here on a everyday, the ones that don't look like they important, or the ones that just talk authentic, real raw about what they say. I'm talking about the ones that's got these cute old backgrounds. Once they get a following, now they get ready to change up the whole narrative. They get ready to change up. Y'all know I'm gonna look up because I am working. They get ready to change up their appearance. They started off from the bottom, being ignorant to the situation. But then when they start watching videos, mimicking others, shapeshifters. I always talk about shapeshifters. Shapeshifters is very, very crafty. They're very, very cunning. They know how to mimic. They can take your identity and they can mimic it. And then they can get more followers because they give a little splash of this, a little twist of that, a little tangle of this, a little shaking of this. And then they pour it into the cup and they hand it to you. And then voila, they got you. Poof, you're drawn in. Evil connections have certain types of manipulation and have certain types of uh traumas. So when you are wounded, that's why it's important. When you are wounded and you know you have not did the work at all, it is very important to pull back from the world. Pull back from your friends. Pull back from your family. Pull back from your co-workers. Pull back from your therapist. Pull back from everything. It's important to pull back because being as though you're wounded, you'll be easy to be persuaded, easy to be influenced. You'll be trained to you'll be trained to stay a people pleaser. You'll be trained to stay getting validation. You're gonna need somebody to tell you you're beautiful. You're gonna need permission to be powerful. You're gonna need permission to be enough. No, I want y'all to learn how to get into yourself. Even when the burn comes, even when it feel like it's unbearable, stay in it. Stay in it. It's messages, it's energies, it's frequencies. The Almighty is trying to communicate, but He can't communicate because you are too attached to the things of this world. You're running to too many coping mechanisms. You run into too many influencers. You run into too many you're trying to be a people pleaser. You're trying to fit in. No, you don't want to fit in. You want to be set apart. And that is the chosen ones, the quartershines, the ones that is peculiar people. You got to get back into your identity. And many aren't into their identity. Right now, we're going through another major shift. It's another major shift on the horizon. A lot of people is right now not understanding why this. You're gonna go through dramatic communications. You're gonna go through delays. You're gonna go through systematic periods. It's time to sit with yourself. You're gonna go through a lot of ego clashes. You're gonna go through a lot of not understanding why you can't have this or why this didn't arrive and you forgot to sign this, because we are in Mercury retrograde. And in that term, it's like Earth is going backwards. Pull it up. And it's going to last until August the 11th. So it's a long period of delays. To you all, it's going to be a long period. To me, I understand it, so it don't bother me. So I know it's going to be a lot of slowing down. It's going to be a lot of dramatic communication. So right now it's the time to be very careful about what you say, what you think, how you feel, where you who you can communicate with. You're gonna have a lot of things coming to the surface at this time, because it's the energies, they're shifting. Energies are shifting dramatically. So right now we're in Mercury retrograde. So if you're looking for a letter, it might delay, or you might get a deposit. You're supposed to have a deposit in your account. You may get a delay. The system may fail. You might get glitches in the system. You might go somewhere and the system just shut down on you. So there's a lot of things. That's why it's important. And again, this is not working on the evil side. This is the almighty energy. He's trying to communicate with his people. He is spirit, just like it say in John, worship me in spirit and truth. You cannot worship him in flesh. Flesh has nothing. He only gave us this flesh, really, reality. The flesh was only for to be a clothing wear or clothing line or clothes for our souls, so we can enjoy his fruits of his labor by making earth for us. But we all know that Adam and Eve messed that up, blah, 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 brought upon the curse upon humanity, upon the creation. So we're going to go through dealing with Satan because the curse. We're going to go through fleshly destructions because of the curse. We're going to go through corruption. We're going to go through trials and tribulations. But this is why chosen ones are awakened so you won't faint. I'm here to help many women understand who they are. Now, if you don't want to understand who you are, that's fine with me. I'm cool with it because I'm going to always understand who I am. But I am chosen by the Almighty to help many. And that's just if you want help. If you want to take the short route, you want to take the shortcut, be my guest. I don't have no problem with that. But if you want to go and get heal, if you want to heal, I can lead you. I can give you tips. I can give you instructions, but I can't carry you. This ain't no piggyback ride. I don't do piggyback rides because I can't tote you. I don't care if you 5 pounds. I don't want to tote you. I want you to tote yourself. I want you to learn how to, carry yourself. And this is what I'm about. So I am a chosen one. I was chosen by the Almighty to help. I went through many transformations. I will be talking about many different transformations, twin flames, karmic twin flames, awakenings, because a lot of people get trauma mixed up with awakening. Traumas come from hi Shelly Shell, good morning, baby cakes. Good morning. I was keeping going because I know right now the system we're getting a lot of glitches in the system due to Mercury retrograde. So I just got to keep going. But good morning, doll baby. How you doing, my sunshine? Good morning. Nice to see you, baby doll. Nice to see you up here too. Blessings. And send all the love to anybody that you communicate with. Give them love from Siobhan. Say Siobhan says she love you. And I do. I love all of the almighty creation because that's how he made us out to be. And I always tell people, no matter who you are, the Almighty can use anybody to get his messages across. He can use anybody to give a message to somebody. So don't never think that you're not enough. I always tell people this: never feel like you're not enough. Everybody is enough. You just got to get back to your enough, which is your soul. You got to get back home. Home is not living in a house on this physical. Home is within you. And I always tell people when they be like, "Oh, how you feel not wanting to lay in a house, or how you feel being homeless?" I tell people I'm not homeless. I'm at home. I'm home. I'm home. I'm back home. This is my home. And it feels good to be home. It's not a house. It's a home. I'm at peace. I'm in tune. I'm in tune with my emotions. I can love strongly. Took me 6 years to understand love, but I can love now, and I can truly say it without being afraid. I used to be afraid to say I love you because of my betrayals and rejection and abandonment issues that I was wearing for so long, and not knowing that yesterday I was just like, wow, I was fake. When you are wounded and Satan can use your vessels and you are in sin, I'm thinking that I'm true to the game, but I'm fake to the game. I didn't know who I really was because I wasn't never taught that I'm this person, or I never taught about frequency. Yes, astrology, it is. But it ain't. let me break it down. I used to, and I can answer that because I used to follow astrology. Astrology is just a perverted way for Satan. If you notice, it's 12 months on the calendar, and each person is born in one of those months. So you got a group of Capricorns. You got a group of Aquarius. I'm Aquarius woman. I still claim that till this day. Because in the physical realm, I'm Aquarius. You get what I'm saying? But in the spiritual realm, I am part of the 12 tribe, the chosen ones, the tribe of Judah. So in the physical realm, people be like, "What's your birthday?" My birthday, February the 4th. Okay, you Aquarius. Oh, they say right now that it's the age of Aquarian with Mars and Jupiter. The planets are together. So this is a a transformation of the last shall be first, the first shall be last. So what Satan doing, he's taking the transformations and the shift from the Almighty, and he's putting it in his stinking thinking of the flesh. So he got a lot of people in illusions in astrology, but actually it's spiritual. So the Almighty is awakening his children, but in the physical realm, it's that you are being aware. You get what I'm saying? So aware and awakening is two different things. Aware is you can detect Aquarius. You know, they put the Aquarius woman. I can pull it up. Say if you go to my astrology and I say Aquarius, and it'll tell you the traits of Aquarius woman. But Aquarius, okay, Aquarius meaning Aquarius is a name of a, okay, y'all know I ain't got my glasses on, a bucket of water, but that's not what I want. I want the astrology. Aquarius, Greek, a water bearer. And it got personality. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to get, it said Aquarians are electric, humanitarians, independent, electoral. I guess I'm saying it right. My words is going to be ugly. Super independent, fun, quiet, quirky, and easy to get along. So with astrology, it'll make me be separate from you. So like say, I don't know what you are. When were you born? What would be your zodiac? And then I can tell you about you. And this is, I used to study astrology and I studied it hard. So I'm going by, and this is when I was asleep in spirit. I would go by Taurus. My daughter was a Taurus. My two sons were Geminis. So I would go by their signs and I would try to determine who they were by their signs. But in reality, I was spiritually asleep, but in physically, I was spiritually aware and activated by the flesh. But now that my flesh is gone and it's to rest, now I'm activated by spirit. So now I can see the truth. We were kind of like stereotyping. You know, you'll see people on astrology say, oh, I don't like them Aquarius, or they ghosts, they aloof, or I don't like them Geminis, they're very evil, or I don't like them Taurus, they're very stubborn, or I don't like them Aries because they think they're arrogant, or I don't like them Capricorns because they cheaters, I don't like them Sagittarius because they whoremongers, I don't like them Libras because they liars, I don't like them Leos because they arrogant. You get what I'm trying to say? So they put in certain labels on certain zodiacs, but in reality, Satan he's trying to make his own 12 tribes versus the Almighty. So everything that's going down in this physical realm is of Satan. That's why the Almighty want his children to not just be aware, but come awakening, meaning cracking open your soul. So yeah, astrology is bad because now you're going to be looking for what's going to happen today. I used to do it faithfully. I wake up and I'd be like, what's going to happen today? And I had my astrology to come to me every morning to tell me what to look for. But it's only demonic forces that is giving you awareness of what is about to happen today. They tapping into the dark portals. And if you notice, every time the astrology tell you something, it's always something negative. It's nothing never positive too much. Only thing that'll be positive if you hit the lottery, or somebody from your past gonna come back and return to you, and then when they return to you, they in there to hurt you again. So astrology is very demonic. It's a fleshly connection, and with the flesh, that's Satan's territory. So Satan runs this. He runs the flesh, and that's in Galatians 6. If you sow into the flesh, you'll reap corruption. But if you sow into the spirit, you'll have eternal life. So there is a spiritual war. And there is a lot of spiritual understanding. And I had to go through all of it to understand the spiritual realm, understand Satan's side, which is the terror, and understand the Almighty side, which is the weak. So, like in this world, a lot of people do therapy. A lot of people do AA meetings. A lot of people do narcotic something meetings. A lot of people do, you know, drug analysis meetings. I think I'm saying all this right because my daughter, she went through it, and my son in the institution, he went through it a little bit. But my kids used to always say, "Mom, we're not gonna do this. I don't care how much we go in here and talk to these people. That don't mean I wanna get my life right." My son told me, he said, "You about to waste $500." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I'm gonna still smoke. I'ma still do cocaine." I was like, "Boy, the school say," he said, "Well, Mom, if you let the school fool you and trick you, like, I'm gonna get better because I'm sitting in a meeting with a bunch of people. Let me wake you up." This was I loved it, my children, for their whole truth. He said, "Let me wake you up. I'm not gonna get better, so you can give me that $500 and let me go blow it, or you can give it to them and get food." Well, I didn't listen to him, which he was telling me from his heart that he wasn't ready. I went and got food because soon as he got out, I'm thinking that this baby is clean. I'm thinking he peeing and he clean. I'm like, you clean though. He said, "Let me show you a magic trick." My children taught me a lot when it comes to the drug game. He said, "Let me show you a magic trick." He said, "This is what I do." He said, "You was wondering why I kept telling you get me gallons of water." I'm thinking he purifying his body. I'm literally thinking my baby boy is purifying his body. And I'm not telling y'all this to fool nothing, because you'll end up going wrong. But I'm being honest. And y'all probably are doing it. But if you are, just be honest with yourself. Walk away and get into your soul and cleanse it by the Almighty. But anyways, when you're ready. I'm not forcing you to do it, but I'm just telling you. He would take gallons of water. He would fill up 10 8-ounce plastic cups of water in the refrigerator. He would take a piece of cotton ball, dip it in bleach, and, make sure it ain't soaky, but he would make sure he pinch it, swallow it, and drink 8 cups of water. And when he went to urinate, he held it because he knew it was drug time. He held it, and that's when he could pass the test. But the whole time, he said, "Now let me show you something." He smoked and smoked and snort and snort and smoked and snort. I'm not saying that I agree with the snorting. I couldn't, because the attitudes was out of this world. And I'm like, but they were grown. And at that point I couldn't do nothing about it because they hid it from me so long. And when I was exposed to it, it was too late, because now they were immune to it. They have embodied it for a long period of time without me knowing, because I had this thing where I work too much like I do now. I work a lot. I work hours on top of hours. I am a workaholic. So they knew that I wasn't going to come back home if I leave the house at 5 in the morning, because it took me 30 minutes to get to my job, 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm always being that last minute hitting the clock type of woman. So I would leave the house like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, and I had to get to the job at 6:20. But the way the Tar Heel packing in Smithfield packing in Tar Heel, North Carolina, is a big giant plant. 5 to 6,000 people in that one plant. And I was a union store, so I had to be there to get on grind by 7. I had to go and be clocked in, which was downstairs at 6:20. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flights of stairs. I'm counting it. I'm seeing myself walking up these stairs, so I'm counting you see me moving. You're moving with my mind. So 5 to 6 flights of stairs. Yeah, 6 flights of stairs. Then go to get my jacket to put on, get my hat out the locker, change into my steel toe boots, put on the gear, the chain glove, wherever I had to go downstairs to do or whatever I had to do, and go back down one, two, three, four, five, six flights of stairs, or if I take the other side, just go down one long flight, then another long flight, so it was a lot to embody at that time at that job. But I learned a pattern in having it pat down. But everything, just because I got a strategy don't mean it's going to always work. So I did that for 10 years. So my kids knew that I wasn't going to come home and maybe till might be 12 o'clock at night. I might work two double shifts. I might work first shift, because first shift was 6:20 until 4:30, and second shift was 4:30, because which we had to do was when they come, we switch off, or they switch off 4:30 until. They can go until 3:30 in the morning. They can go until 4:30 in the morning. It doesn't matter. Just long as the cleanup crew had 3 to 4 hours to clean the machines and stuff down. So they knew that I worked. I didn't have time to really enjoy the home. I didn't have time to really relax because my kids had things they wanted. I'm a very devoted type of person when I love you. And I didn't love men like that, so I wasn't always devoted to them, but I loved it my kids, I mean, far and beyond. If they fall, I'm going to catch them. If they need, I'm going to make sure they get, not by my strength, but at that time by my strength, because I'm thinking it's me. I wasn't um in tune with the Almighty God. I was with Satan himself. So I'm not knowing this, though. I'm ignorantly doing all of this, thinking that I'm on my own strength, but reality, I'm on God's strength. But He's documented everything because He blueprinted my path. My path, excuse me, my path was already blueprinted. So He already knew the steps I was going to take at the age of 7, at the age of 10, at the age of 12, and I'm just skipping ages, at the age of 20, at the age of 30, at the age of 40. He already knew when I was going to be awakening. And He knew that it had to take my kids to get me in that position. 9 times out of 10, awakenings come from a severe betrayal, or somebody that you are extremely close to, that you would have never thought in a million years that would betray you, or something tragic happened, and it done knocked you to your knees, and it ain't gonna get you, ain't gonna have no other choice but to call on the Almighty if you never called on Him a day in your life. So it's something for chosen ones. It have to take a real tragedy to awaken us, not to activate us, but to awaken us. It have to take a lot of spiritual jail time, and that means going within mentally. It got to take a lot of isolation. You'll start seeing yourself shift. You'll start seeing yourself change, because the way Satan moved, and as it say in the word, and I think I read it in Matthew, I want to say Matthew 19, Matthew 20, I was reading it yesterday. Satan can fool the very elect if it was possible. If it was possible. But it ain't possible. He can't fool us, because I'm in my full purpose. I'm in my full potential. So my discernment is very sharp. You can't fool me. You can talk to me. I know how to connect with energies. So I can tell if it's a dark energy on you, or I can tell if you're sincere about it. So it's a lot comes with the territory. It's a lot of meditation, the isolation period, the wilderness period. I've been through it all. So when I get up here and talk, I just don't talk from a textbook. But I wrote some notes because I've been doing a lot of twin flame documentations, and I've been looking at a lot of twin flame videos, and some of them's not true. But everybody, it's always a pro and a con. It's always a wheat and a tear, and it's always light and dark somewhere. It don't matter where you go. You got to know how to discern. And this is what I'm about: discernment, faith, meaning being obedient, getting back into yourself, the fears that's going to come along with it, the lonely nights that's going to come with it, the crying nights, moments where you can't articulate what you want to say. It's a lot that I have learned on this journey, and here lately they've been coming like clockwork. I mean, I can just be driving and there go a message, boom, and I'm over here driving around, boom, 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 and there it is. I'm looking up, about to run into a deer. I'm just joking, but about to run into a deer. But when I get up here, I'm keeping it spiritually, not on the terror side, not on the dark, but I know how it all rolls on the dark side because I used to do astrology, zodiacs, I never did witchcraft. Never, ever. I would never even want to think about have to put a spell on somebody to be with somebody. I never been in that predicament where I want a man so bad I'm gonna go and throw witchcraft on him. Absolutely not. If only thing I would want for that man is to take him out of here because I had anger issues. I was really I had grown that anger spirit so deeply that when I was going through my awakening and getting tested for do I still have my anger wound wide open, it took me a long time to get out of the anger. My anger wound was so that was a serious wound. And I'm like, okay, when somebody did something to me, instead of, I was like Peter, I want to cut your ear off. I want to end you. I want to take you out of here. My reaction was to throw a punch, kick you, chop you on the throat, body slam you, wrestle with you, something. It was always the reaction always was going to be physical. I wasn't too verbal when I'm angry because when I'm verbal and I'm angry, it stems into physical. So I was more physical than verbal. So you got some people that is real verbal, like they cuss you out. You ain't nothing. You'll never be nothing. You ain't no good. You are fat. You're ugly. You're skinny. You bald head. You long hair. You a scallywag. All them little ugly names that people call you when they trying to hurt you. That is a wound. They're speaking from a place of pain. That's what defiles a man. What defiles a man What defiles a man is what comes out of his heart. And that's in Matthew and that's in Mark 7. So I wasn't verbal because I don't want to say evil words to people. I don't want to say things that I can't take back. So I wouldn't. But if I hit you, I can take that back because that's not going to stick with you long. That black eye going to leave, or that busted nose going to go, or that lip. You might have a mark left, or I might have a mark on me. I'm not saying me going to always hurt somebody. I mean, I had scratches and black eyes and knots in my head, but I don't see them no more. And I don't feel it no more. But words stick. They had that song, Sticks and Stones May Break My Bones, but names would never hurt me. That's a lie. That's a lie. They might as well reverse that. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words do hurt me because words hurt a lot of people that is wounded, a lot of people that is vulnerable, a lot of people that is gullible, a lot of people that is not whole yet. And whole mean healed. Wholeness don't mean that you're perfect. Wholeness mean that you're healed. Not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody got a right to be looking down on nobody else because you overcame a situation. Because a lot of people overcome situations, but they done picked up another sin. You might put that sin down, but you're going to pick up another sin because you're going to need something to fill that void. I'm here to help you not fill any voids, but to go back and close that void and not pick up another void. So that's my mission. This is my mission as a chosen one. So now that I understand who I am, let me get some candy. My mouth gets so dry when I talk. I'm sitting here and I'm going to tell y'all why I'm sitting here. I'm waiting for, ooh, it's cold on my body. Give me 1 minute. I traded and I got another car yesterday. The guy is so nice. He's a young fellow. He's so nice. I'm finished talking about what I'm explaining when I get up here. But and now I'm going to that's about something. I want y'all to understand something when it comes to spreading, embodying, embodiment, embodying generational cycles, generational curses. So I'm gonna be up here for a minute. So until something come through, something ain't coming through yet, and I know it ain't because it's a delay. But I'm not gonna worry about it. Things just have to unravel on its own. But this morning I had changed the car. I had changed cars, and the guy is so sweet. He gave me a loud blue car, and I was like, I don't like colors like that. They're too loud. People, I'm well known in these little communities. So everybody wants to see Siobhan. Sometimes I just want to hide. I just want to get away. I just want to isolate. Even down to the gym. Now that I'm in the gym, I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to isolate. But now it's my aura, that the light that draws people in, and they love to talk to me. They love to come to me. Even though they ask me, am I okay? The situation gonna transform into, is they okay? Or I need to talk to you about something. They won't just say it. They'll just say, how you doing today? Which is a pleasant way to do it. But just tell me, listen, I got something to talk to you about. Do you have time? I'm more on that note. But I went and traded the car yesterday after I got off the live. And he gave me, I always wanted to drive a Nissan Altima. Always wanted to drive one. And he said, I got a full-size car. I was like, I'm not paying for no full-size, because the full-size will run you probably 5 to 6 a week. I don't want to I don't want to do that range. So he said, don't worry about it. I'm going to just let you stay the rate you is right now. I said, you sure? So he's like, sure. Boom, got me, went in, and no, what happened? He said, I'm going to show it to you. So he said, I got a white one. I was like, that's a normal color. It's cool. So he pulled the garage thing up. I was like, "Ooh, no, this is how I'm going deep with it. I'm very deep, but it's always signs to things. The Almighty show us signs. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, like I just won a car. I said, Altima. I always wanted to drive an Altima, and I was like, this is perfect. I was just telling a guy at the store, he had a Altima, and I was like, I always wanted one of those cars as a teenager. My whole teenage year, I always wanted an Altima, no matter how many other cars is out here. So he was like, yeah, these good cars. So this is what I run into yesterday. I didn't like the light blue one, so I don't want the light blue one. I don't want the light blue one. So I get there and I get this Altima. I'm driving, thinking nothing of it. I'm awakened, so I hear every little noise. I ain't moving much today. Yeah, not yet. So I hear every little noise. Anything on a car, I pick it up instantly. My awakening, I'm very aware, and my intuition is very in tune with any noise, anything. My intuition is very high. So I hear a little this and a little that. Okay, I take pictures of the car because we didn't really get a chance to check it. So this morning, I got up. I started sitting at a parking lot, and one of my buddies that's homeless, he got a job now. So he come past. He said, "Beep beep, check it." I hit the horn. I said, "What?" I'm hitting the horn right now. No horn. The Almighty used him to let me know there is no horn. This is how the Almighty talks to his children. That's why we always got to be focused and catch what he's saying. Anybody can be used by the Almighty. Everybody have the Almighty Spirit in them. Everybody. Anything that got flesh, dogs, cat, alligators, anything. But we are the most dominant species. Every individual got a spirit of God in them. Everybody. Regardless of what your belief system is, regardless if you don't believe in him, you're still rolling on his spirit. Regardless if you believe in another denomination, you're rolling off his spirit. I don't care what you call him, how you want to call him, what you think you're calling him, you rolling off his spirit. Even if Satan using you, you rolling off his spirit. So when he said beep beep, and I'm like beep beep, no horn, and I'm pushing on it as we speak. I'm like, oh man, this is legal. I can't drive around with no horn. This lets you know, and this is and I'm not saying nothing mean about him, but he is the branch manager of the place. He should have checked the whole car. I told him yesterday, I said, y'all got to do more checking the cars. I looks at the cars, holes in the tires, little slices in these tires. I said, y'all got, instead of trying to get quantity, y'all must check for quality. He was like, we need to hire you. Because all these cars on the lot would be swiped off and it'd be new cars. Because first of all, these people is paying extremely top dollar to rent these cars. $400, $500, and $600 a week is not easy money to be driving around in a car. I'm here with no horn. Dangerous. How about a deer would have came out and I'm hitting my horn and bam, or somebody running in the street, a child or production, I think I said it right, production, running in the street, or a child running and I lay on a horn, I can't alert them. Or somebody about to run into something and I hit the horn, I can't alert them. It's illegal. This is dangerous. So I went up there this morning. He's not in right now, so he should be in shortly. So what I'm saying is, just because something looked good in the appearance doesn't mean that they got it all within. Stop going by face value and go by spiritual value. Stop looking at because they got a high title or they got a nice position or they good, they sound good, or hey, good morning, sunshine. How you doing, baby cakes? Listen, I got to lift up a little bit because I've been sitting for a minute. How you doing, my doll baby? I said I'm going to sit up here for a minute because I can't move right now. I'm waiting for somebody to get in. But stop looking at the outward appearance of or titles of people like they know it all. They don't know it all. I just shared a video and the Almighty sends me in certain messages. I just shared a video with a therapist, as y'all take y'all information from, not everybody. A therapist ex just took out his mistress, something like that. But this is a therapist. And who y'all look up? How many people look up the therapy? Many. How many people follow what therapy say they are? Many. How many people around here hollering, I'm a MPD, or I'm a narcissist, or I'm a covert, or I'm a over, or I'm a malignant? Many. These people, I deal with these people that got those specific titles every day. I deal with these people that got these specific. Oh, you in Chicago traffic? I'm good, sunshine. You in Chicago got a lot of traffic? Ugh. Is it bad with the traffic there in Chicago? Don't tell me it's like Washington, D.C. and Miami and New York. Good grief. What kind of city is that? I don't like that city. Oh, no. Good grief. Whoa. Why? How big is Chicago? Is Chicago real big? Not with no traffic. So that's why you're going to have to take a bus. That's why the guy on TikTok say, when you go downtown to take some bus, he said, don't take the red something. He said, because you'll get stabbed, you'll get robbed. I'm like, what is going on? I know Chicago is tough with the gang. I know that much. I know Chicago is real tough when it comes to gang banging. I know that. That's why we need more men to wake up, because it's time to clean our communities up. It is. I hear a lot about Chicago, a lot about well, I lived in one of the most top rated murdering cities of Lumberton, North Carolina. And I know how I feel to live in communities like Baltimore, down here, Baltimore, the Eastern Shore. These are very um, high murdering rate cities. So I understand, but we need more people to wake up and clean up these communities. Like, we need more men. Like, women can go out here all day and, nurture. Yes, yes, yes. And it's weird because I just seen on a video before I shut my TikTok down. Right now I just need a break from a lot of this social media. And I love YouTube because it ain't TikTok flushes me out. But I over here with YouTube, it's more comfortable and it's more laid back right now. It's not that I'm running, it's just that I have to meditate. Cause over there, if I go back right now, them people are flooding me, and it's a lot of family watches me. A lot of it's crazy over there, but here it's more laid back. I'm more of a laid back, cause it eats my energy up. So I'm gonna go back though, but cause it was exciting at first, but when I start feeling the energies, it's a lot of fake profiles over there, and it's crazy, but it's okay. But the shot on, oh my goodness. The shot on the E-way. Yes, yes, that's okay. It's crazy because if we can get, it's only a lot, because my son that's in prison in North Carolina, he had friends in Chicago, and he will always be like, I'm ready to go to Chicago. My ex-boyfriend cousin was from Chicago, John Lucky, and he was like, y'all need to come to Chicago. I was like, man, North Lumberton is bad too. Why am I go to another bad community? He was like, it's real bad too in Chicago, like it is in this. Every hood got a bad side. We need more men to wake up and help these young men to get out of the streets. These young men are demons with guns. They're not realizing that they're possessed because of abandonment. Look at the housings and the living that they live in. When I seen the Chicago living for the hood, I'm like, why is anybody not doing anything about it? Like, why is they have to live like that? Like, we're gonna just throw y'all ain't nothing but trash. So we're gonna just we're gonna keep the neighborhoods trash. Come on, we got to have somebody that got some type of money that's gonna do something useful with the money, wake up spiritually, and go in and clean up these communities. These communities is horrible. And it ain't going to take just one. It's going to take multiple people to come together, because we're losing our children to the prison system. And fathers is losing their children to the graveyards. This is not easy digestive spiritually system to just digest it and walk through the day with it. No, I'm a woman that experienced it all. I experienced losing a daughter to drugs. I experienced losing a son to two sons to the system. So all three of my kids, one is in the grave and two is lost to the system. Both of my sons. So I know how it feels to be a mother. Their father is no longer here. He passed away 12 years ago from prostate cancer. So they don't have no male figure in their life. I'm trying to be the mother and the father, but it's a difference with the men tone and the woman tone. That's why it's important. That's the only reason why my sons is out here running the way they're running, because their father is no longer here. It really does matter. When their dad was here, you would not caught my boys in those streets. My boys would not been sitting in those streets. My daughter, she wouldn't even been in the streets. But being as though when he passed away, the pain was crucial to my kids because they couldn't fathom it. I didn't understand it because I wasn't attached to my father. So I don't know what they feel and I don't know what they're going through. But now that I lost them, I understand. And it's very easy to tip off into drugs. It's very easy to tip off into having anger issues, want to murder everybody. These are spiritual wounds. And these children that's out here in the streets and they grew up like we grew up, thank God that the Almighty didn't allow a gun to get in my hand. Thank God the Almighty didn't allow me to go out there and be that young prostitute on the corner or be that young girl on drugs, being a prostitute to get drugs. I'm out here giving head to every man that walked by or out here going into these hotel rooms sleeping with a man just so I can get the next quick fix or the next drug. You get what I'm saying? My daughter lived that. My daughter lived that for a long time. And I kept praying to the Almighty. I said, Heavenly Father, if you're not going to let her clean up, take her. Take her. It was many a nights I laid in that bed or laid in my house or driving, crying, pulling over to the side of the road in agony of pain. I was in agony. It hurted so freaking bad. So when I get up here and I talk, I want to come with people that is willing to get out and step out. I don't need talkers. Like on these lives, you hear a lot of these people talking. Well, if we God is gonna do it, just pray about it. We got to walk too. We need action. It ain't just about, pray about it. Everybody don't know how to pray. Everybody don't know where to start. Because the pain is just sitting there like a hurricane just going around in circles and they don't know how to transmute it. They don't know because they don't understand it. And when you don't understand the frequencies and you don't understand the embodiment of it, Satan can lead you anywhere. Why you think it's a lot of women naive to a man? Why you think it's a man to many women? Because these women don't know how to transmute and embody what's inside of them. So what they're going to do, they got to put down this man and go find another man or go find a drug or go find a sugar daddy or go find something to cope with the hole in their hearts. That void that need to be filled with truth. So they don't want to walk into their truth, so they're going to walk into their fantasies. And this is where a lot of people are dying at, living in a fantasy. It's just a big old giant fantasy. I don't know how to articulate what I want to say, so I'm going to just suppress it. That is giving Satan all more power over using you to go out here and hurt people. Narcissist. Narcissist is a person that is not healed. It's not because they're more stronger or they came in my life to hurt me. Because like I said, with my son and his baby mama, she ain't considered a narcissist to the society. She would be considered a victim. Because a lot of people can't see her for who she is. See, I could see beyond the flesh. If I was blinded, she would have been able to manipulate me. She would have been able to make me feel like, me got to pamper her or I got to show up for her because my son is really putting a lot of trauma on her. But being as though that I'm awakening and I'm very aware to the spiritual realm, so and activated. So when she came around, I didn't just fall for my son hurting her. I just went to my son because I told him, I said, you're playing dangerous games. We did not teach you this. Even though we did this in the house, those energies came off to you all because whatever you carry spiritually, it's going to rub off onto your children, period. Even though we try to teach them different, but the spiritual realm was showing them the truth. We will fight. We will cheat. We will commit adultery. We will argue. We will control. We would do all kinds of things. So those were spirits. So them spirits is going to attach themselves to our children. So when they get older, a situation occurred. Now when that pain start opening up spiritually, Satan can go ahead and take their bodies over. And when that father passed away, they were wide open to being easy to be influenced and easy to be persuaded. That was the perfect time for Satan to come in and take them bodies over and then lead them into the generational curse. And that's what happened. And that's why I don't mind getting up here speaking on it, because it's serious. And when I met her, she had a son from my son. So that's my grandson. So they know that I am loving when it comes to family. But the Almighty had to show me family. The Almighty had to show me that they'll use certain situations to get over. And I told her, I said, baby, you're getting close to me, but I'd rather you be you. Because if I find out that you're being the fake you, I'm gonna cut you off. This is what I told her when I first met her, and I meant when I said, if I find out different, I'm gonna cut you off and you can never return back in my life. The Almighty brought me back to see her for who she was. And she played the victim. Oh, he cheating on me. He been with this other woman for 7 years. That was a question mark in my head right there. If he been with this woman for 7 years, you knew about this situation for 7 years, why did you stay there? Why are you still running around telling people about a female like this is brand new, or this is fresh off the burner? This is old. This been sitting in the pot for 7 years. That's a long time. So now I got another question. Why did you stay here? What you were running from? So she just looked at me, dropped the eyes, went to the side, gave me that little evil demonic smile, but it was a smile like but that demon was like, you see me, huh? Yeah, I do. So I asked her, I said, you telling me all about my son? I know my son. I'm his mother. I had to get that straight with her, because her wounds tried to get her to feel like she was more than I was, or I can do better than you. I was here for him. I helped raise his daughter. Why did you help raise a daughter that's not yours? You didn't have to raise her. You don't even know how to be a mom. You wasn't even a mom. So how can you raise a child that's not yours? So come to find out, she was a little low-key evil to my granddaughter. Then come to find out she was low-key evil to her nieces and nephews. So this is where it gets deeper. Now I'm going deeper, because now I'm telling my son, now you thinking that just because this girl, because he couldn't spiritually see. His daughter was given over to him, sat on the doorstep from his first baby mama. She set my granddaughter on the step. Not alone left my granddaughter in the park at the age of 5. And one of the neighborhood females saw the child in the park, left alone all day and all night. So they know the grandmother, and that's how she got her great grandmother. But she set her on the step in the cold snow. And that's how my son got with her and started taking care of her. Now, it ain't no paperwork going through all of this. It's just here, just throwing the child to and fro to everybody. So she was involved. She was going with him. She was living with him at the time. So now I don't have time. I'm in the streets. This is after my kid's father passed away. I'm living in North Carolina. He down here on the Eastern Shore. I got to be in the street so you can take care of her. This is where a lot of people mess up at. When you can't spiritually see, your ego will make you feel like you can control, you can bully you can bully a person 10-10 on the clock. You can bully a person to the point, and I'm saying 10-10 for spiritual reasons. Almighty telling me I'm on the right track. He communicate with numbers. And there ain't no tarot cards in here. I'm going to show y'all right now. Y'all can see ain't nothing in here. Ain't nothing all the way down to little toes. Ain't no tarot cards, nothing up in this card, honey. So he left her with the baby, not knowing, never asked her background, not examining her background, not trying to figure out where she come from, what was her next fix, nothing. He never asked those questions. This is where a lot of men and women does this, not just women, but men as well. Now the baby on the step, now the baby got to be a part of my household now, but I don't have time to take care of no kid, even though this is my kid. So I'm gonna trust her. I trust her good enough. I'm gonna leave her with her. But he never did no spiritual background check on her. I just know she good to me. She'll do whatever I say. But behind closed doors, when you ain't there and she's taking care of this child all day and all night, what do you think? This is a child. The child can't speak. The child can't talk. So she can do a lot of pinching and, a lot of low-key hating, because I seen what she was doing with her nieces and nephew. And I said, why you treat them like that? So if you treat your nieces and nephew like that, what did you do with my granddaughter? And she was like, I loved her. No, you don't. You got to look at the signs with people. The signs with people will show you who people really are. A lot of women mistreat stepchildren. A lot of fathers and stepfathers mistreat stepchildren. That's why you got to be very, very careful on who is around your children. Even the real parents mistreat their children. But when I found out that she was a manipulator, she had a poverty demon. She knew how to finesse people out their money, but she'll give them a sob story. Oh, I'm going down. This week I didn't get paid a certain amount of money. I'm behind in this. I'm behind in that. I didn't work nothing but 3 days this week. It's really it's hard out here. But the whole time, she was buying weed, ordering all of these out on Afterpay, giving my son money every week, every other week, every 2 weeks, however she was getting paid. And then she ended up having nothing. So now she's sitting in the house and she's manipulating who can she get gas money from? Who can she get a certain amount of money from? So when the Almighty brought me back this last time and took me back to her, he had judgment on her. It wasn't that he put me in a situation where I can't get out of anything or I did anything wrong. I'm on assignment. So he going to take this, he going to rearrange that, he going to put me here and he going to put me there, because he wanted me to see her. So as I started seeing her, I said, do you want the truth of what I see about you? She was like, I said, can you handle the truth? Everybody will tell you this. I can handle the truth. I'm good with criticism. No, she's not. You're not good with constructive criticism. If you have a meltdown about him still cheating on you with this woman that he been with for 7 years, and then she knew he was living over there. She knew that he had a car that she brought him. She even was riding in the car that the girl brought him. But you presented to me like this was fresh. You presented to the job, because I know everybody in the city, because I'm from there, like it was fresh. So I said, what is really up? Because if you know he cheating on you for 7 years, he got another baby, y'all wasn't together, now y'all together, now you're rearranging situations and you're telling other people different sides of the story to make yourself look good. That is a narcissist. That is bad, dysfunctional behavior. Those are spiritual wounds that's open. So when people say narcissist, do you understand what you're saying? Y'all are stereotyping demons. Demons are demons. Anybody can be a narcissist. We all were narcissists. And many still are. Many still got manipulation. Manipulation don't have to come from a boyfriend or girlfriend. Manipulation don't have to just come from your children. Manipulation don't have to just come from the parents. It's out here in the world, period. Industries, institutions, works, schools. Anywhere you go, if it's souls there, it's manipulation spirits there, it's lying spirits there, it's fornicating spirits there, it's all of that stuff there. So why is we sitting around just pointing fingers at a relationship with a man or woman? That man or woman didn't hurt you. That man or woman put a mirror up to your triggers, up to your wounds. And now you don't know how to face them. So you're going to run off and start crying wolf. Oh, he hurt me. Oh, he damaged me. You both damaged before you met him or her. That was just a mirror to a reflection of what you need to go fix. So if he came in your life and you sitting in this abuse for years after years after years, that is a deep embedded wound that you got abandonment issues. You got rejection issues, and you're going to chase and you're going to take it. And you're going to stay there for periods of time, years and years and years after years. Some of y'all, maybe your whole life. But then you're going to blame it on the individual that you keep allowing to disrespect you, to damage you. They're no longer damaging you. They're no longer at this point of time disrespecting you. Now it's on you. Because why are you staying? Why are you keep making excuses? Why are you trying to make an exit plan, escape plan, but you ain't going nowhere? Why you keep saying, oh, he loved me, he'll be back? Who want that type of man or woman back in their life? Love is love and abuse is abuse. Lust is lust. Lies is lies. Illusions are illusions. I would never let no man stay in my life now that I'm whole. Now, when I was broken, we could play the game all day because I was forward. You ain't hurting me. I'm going to see who's going to hit me first. And I know I wasn't. But I was in it because that's what I was. Now that I'm not broken, I will not tolerate a cheater. I would not tolerate a liar. I would not tolerate a manipulator. I would not tolerate a verbally abusive man or a physical abusive man. I would not tolerate a man that can't live in his truth, meaning that can't go within, that can't love, that can't be himself, not the person he built himself to be, but the person he's supposed to be. I couldn't deal with that type of man. That's why I don't date right now. And I got a lot of people that offer me dates, but I can see that they're living in an armor of lies. They still live in this person that they had to make themselves to be to feel safe in the world. I don't want that type of man. I want a man that know who he is, that is not afraid, that can articulate. He might can't articulate it all, but I know that I can love now. I'm going to give it a try. I put back all my fears. I'm done with my past. Who I used to be, I'm not that person anymore. I went through my ego depths. I still got some things to work on, but I'm whole. I ain't going to put it on you and expect you to carry it. I'm not dealing with no man that I have to tote him on my back. I'm not dealing with a man that don't know his worth. I'm not dealing with a man that say I'm not enough. I don't think I'm enough, so I'm not going to deal with you because I may sabotage the connection. I know right then I'm not going to deal with him because he is insecure. He don't know his worth, so he feel like he ain't good enough. There's no such thing. That is not a word. That's a fear. Half of these words are spoken off of fears. They're not spoken off of who you are because you are not that. The Almighty did not make none of his creation, none of his children where they don't feel like they're not enough. The only reason why you feel like you are not enough because you haven't showed up to your true self. So you and your dysfunctional. So if you got a man that like to go back to his comfort zone, let him go back. Why is you chasing him? Why is you trying to make him see? If he don't want to see, he ain't going to see. If he goes silent on you, let him go silent. Let it be. And I don't say what's going to be, going to be. If it's meant for that situation and if it's karmic, it ain't going to never be. Y'all going to be in and out like revolving doors. He going to come back. He done slept with 25 women. You going to accept him back. Y'all going to be back for a period of 3 months. And then he going to go back out there in the world again, get caught up in some addictions, get caught up in some dirt, going to wallow all through the mud. Then he going to come back and get you to clean them up. Because that's what my son was doing with her. And she accepted because she can't accept herself. And when you can't accept yourself, you accept breadcrumbs. This is where accepting you, not getting somebody else to accept you, not getting permission, not needing somebody compliment, not needing somebody opinion about you. You should already know what you want. You don't need validation from somebody to feel enough. Learn how to feel enough on your own. You don't need somebody to carry you. You want somebody to walk beside you. You want somebody to grow with you. You want somebody to elevate with you. You want somebody to build with you. You don't want somebody that you got to take on their baggage and they take on your baggage. And then once you build them up, they're going to go out there with somebody else. And then guess what? Then you're going to look sad in the face. And you know why you're looking sad in the face? Because your soul is sad. Your soul is asking you every day, what's up? What we going to do? Is you gonna go within? Why are you waiting for somebody to come rescue you? Rescue yourself. Why you need somebody to rescue you? Why you need somebody to save you? Save yourself. That's the only one can save you. Is you. And a lot of people don't like to hear that. A lot of people want somebody to rescue them, or want coping mechanisms, or want somebody to come in. Yes, you do. Absolutely, sis. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. You most definitely gotta want it. Because if you don't want it, how can somebody else want it for you? And this is where other people run to therapy. Therapy is only a pacifier to lies. Because all they going by is a textbook and behaviors, and they come up with these remedies. Or, some therapists will tell you, don't tell your past. My son, she say, don't tell that you got a cocaine problem because you won't be able to get a proper job. I said, boy, you ain't gonna get a job nowhere if you got a cocaine problem. Because you ain't going to want to work, because that drug going to make you want to chase it. And you going to want to keep putting it up your nose. This is how me and my kids talk. We talk very openly. Because I wanted to know what is going on. And I wouldn't let them leave the house until they sat down and talked to me, because we communicated. And then they start telling me about what they were on. It hurt it. Of course, it hurt it deeply. But it was the truth. And I told them, be honest with me. And they looked it onto each other like this. And then they was like, is you ready for the honesty? Now, with my daughter, she wasn't totally honest with me. But the Almighty set it up where it exposed her with my jacket when I found the crack pipe, the little homemade crack pipe in her jacket. And if you never know what a homemade crack pipe look like, it's like an antenna, a cut off antenna or something metal with two holes in it, and it got duct tape around it. It hurt me to talk about this, but I gotta talk about it. Duct tape around it, and I guess it protects their lips from being burned. You would have never known my daughter smoked crack because she had beautiful teeth. It didn't affect her teeth. It's just one tooth got chipped. And I asked her about that, and she wasn't honest with me until eventually I found out she was starting to do fentanyl, and she would OD, and she would fall out anywhere. She'll just pass out and hit the ground and not waking up, not knowing that she done passed out. So a lot of stuff I had to embody and transmute, even though it was super painful. I couldn't have nobody in my life to comfort me. I couldn't have anybody around me. This is what chosen ones got to go through. We have to self-perseverance. We have to transmute. And it was very painful. It was a burning sensation that I thought never would ever go away. Ever. Ever. I cried so many nights. So many days I just didn't want to move forward. So many days I just want to just give up, but I didn't know where to give up at. But it was days that I'm like, why can't I talk to people? The Almighty said, this is for me. What you're going through, the light that you got to carry, you got to endure it. And I start meditating in the word heavily. I start fasting 7 days, 14 days. It was just, I had to do it. But now I understand it. It took a lot of pain. And I had to learn how to transmute it. And I learned, now I know how to transmute it. I might can talk easy with it, but the process wasn't easy at all. It was far from easy. Easy ain't even hard ain't even a word. Difficult, not even a word. I don't even know if it's a word for what chosen ones. I'm biting my lip. Give me 1 minute. I'm talking super fast. I got to put some candy in my mouth. What I had to embody. That's why when I get up here and they'd be like, this double wrap. They don't want me to have it. I have to, let me get some water, y'all. Y'all know I'm on my diet, so during the morning, I don't eat anything. I had a few pretzels. These right here, the Pop Daddy thingies. So I can put it on my tummy. And that's only a half a bag. It was only about 10 or 11 in there. Because I eat in moderation. The word vertigrade mess my words up, and my words mess up anyways. And y'all know I talk fast. So you know I'm like a typewriter. real fast, but this is who I am. But I had to, learn that, and I had to embody all of those pains at once. So I had to embody my son being chained down in the prison in a hole for over a year and a half in just one holding cell. Can't come out of it. He get a 3 hour recess throughout the week, but he in a box all day, all night, 24, maybe 23 hours to get an hour out for just to breathe. I had to embody that because I can't rescue him. I can't be mommy. I can't be there. I can't, hold his hand. I can't pat him on the back and tell him it's okay. Believe me when I tell you that was so painful. My daughter, she on drugs. I'm trying to get her. She died. I can't pamper her. I can't bring her back. I can't breathe into her ashes and bring her vessel back. It was painful. My son, he got acquitted for murder, had to go through that trial. Then he get back out there in the streets, start saying all kinds of things, start being very dark. I can't save him. It was painful. That was one of the most painfulest walks I ever took with my kids because they're the only ones got in my heart. My mother turning against me, put me down for another woman that's not even her daughter. It was painful because that was my mother and I'm trying to get a relationship. My brother sabotaging my cars, humiliating me, talking about me, trying to destroy me, trying to unalive me, all of these events all at once. It was hard to embody it because I didn't understand it. But now that I look back and I see it was for a chosen purpose, it's easier. It feels better. My twin, he doing all XYZ, not understanding no freaking twin flame connection. What is a twin flame connection? I don't want to hear about this stuff. It's a lie. Kingdom spouses. I don't want to hear about all of this stuff is all at once on me. I don't know what no king. He ain't know nothing to me. I don't know nothing. That man, I don't know that man. All kinds of stuff. Cursing and feeling all different types of emotions and energies. It was all because of my purpose, my calling, my awakening. That was dramatic. I don't even want to say pain. It was like I was sitting in a furnace on fire, getting burned to death, burned alive. And it felt like that in my soul, like I'm getting burned alive. Like, man, I'm chosen. You say you got me? What kind of awakening is this? This is serious. Now I understand because it was transformation, death of the flesh to awaken my spirit. Now I can feel energies. I can feel when my son, he sat in the hole. He wanna not all at once. Woo! All at once. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even all at once. Those are major breakdowns. Those are major situations that many people out here in the world run to somebody or it ain't one person I met can go yet. I'm waiting on them people that can just take all, a female can just take all of that all at once. Man, I should have killed myself. I tell people this, that is intense pain. Losing a child all at once. Family members sabotage, all of these events all together. I didn't get no breathe. My daughter passed. I didn't get no breathe. I had just came out the courtroom. Well, let me back it up. I had just came out the courtroom with my nephew where he demolished the girl, killed. I mean, he just broke her body to pieces. And I'm looking at all this in the courtroom. Then my son and him in the jailhouse together. Now I got to go to court with my son. I'm just getting out of the courtroom with my nephew, looking at how he just demolished that young lady. Like she didn't have a head. And I'm like, this is crazy stuff. Then I go in the courtroom with my son, and I'm seeing this young, and the little boy that he had to go for, they not family, but we all were married in the family together. And she was his aunt-in-law, and the boy wasn't from the uncle of his, which was my kid's father, brother. The boy was from another man, but that's the child that he was claimed to that killed. I'm looking at this young man in the woods, stretched out like this, shot up. And I'm like, what? Y'all just don't understand. It's a lot in my head. And the family on the other side that we used to eat with, have go on trips with, our kids grew up because our kids are cousins by the bloodline. And they over there looking mean. They supposed to be in church. They like, crucify him, crucify him. The mother giving me the evil eye. And I'm like, bro, you already know if I didn't serve God, I would demolish your whole family. So why is y'all looking at me like this? It was all a lot of tests that I had to endure. And then soon as he get out, my son called. I'm going in the hole. I just stabbed up this guy real bad. And I'm like, wait a minute. These events are back to back. Can I breathe a little bit? And then when he go in the hole, his sister died. My uncle died. Then my mother, she's being messy with this other individual in the community. Then her birthday come, I didn't show up, so they mad because I didn't pull on their energy and come and be the fool that I always been for them. Then December the 17th, my daughter passed away, so now my family severely attacks me, sabotages my car, stab up all my tires, put me on Facebook, humiliate me, say all kinds of things, said I killed my daughter. My brother went in the community looking at all this. He invited the whole community, made a new page. Then I get my car back on track. My son come back to the house, the one that got acquitted. The police looking for me. I went on a high-speed chase and such and such. And I'm like, boy, what is going on with these people in this town? Then he looking at, I need your car. I said, no, you ain't getting my car. Well, I put the tires on. I said, oh, no, Heavenly Father said, I'm going to take them tires off. My brother come right back, stab them tires up again. I got to go through the insurance company again. Had 7 car accidents. That was the 7th, the last tire slicing. That was the last car sabotaging, not counting the 5 car accidents. All of this, it ain't no one vessel on this earth can say that they can make it through all of that. It ain't no way. People were looking at me like, you really made it through all of that? And not knowing, because now I see this world cannot make it through all of that and not still be and not be in a place of bitterness. Not gossiping, not envying, not angry, not on drugs, not doing anything. I'm homeless right now. I mean, physical homeless, not spiritually homeless. I'm homeless right now. And the events didn't stop. They're turned against me. I'm renting cars every week. I'm still working. And I'm still here. And I'm on this camera, turning it on, still being sweet, still being kind, still showing up for people, still being loving. It ain't no way. It ain't no way, can't nobody say that the Almighty in heaven ain't dead. Because who's in me? Who got me through all of this? And I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody else. I'm not sitting up there on no type of pharmaceuticals. I go to Dollar Tree. We can ride a Dollar Tree right now and we can get all the drug cups. And I pee in every one of them. I get right outside this car and pee in it and wipe it off and get in here and show y'all. It ain't no drugs I'm using or nothing. I go to the gym. I work. And at night when I feel like going in the room, I go and nights I don't, I go to the truck stop and I'm at peace with myself. It ain't nobody can tell me that they can go through all of that and still be happy, still have peace, still have joy, still have love, and still show up for others. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Losing all of that and been through this from 2019 and it just let up now from all of those events for years at a time. It ain't no way somebody can sit here and say, yeah, I've been through it. Yeah, I've been through all that. Uh-uh. This is what chosen ones got to go through. Betrayal, rejection, smear campaigns, humiliation. Not 1, 2, 3 people at a time. One soul against many. Me, I done put down with the Holy Spirit. I done laid down so many giants alone. And these are murdering spirits, manipulating spirits, poverty spirits, fornicating spirits, suicide spirits. I went up against all of these principalities with the Holy Spirit. I'm shaking in my boots because I don't know what I'm about to go through. But the Holy Spirit said, you trust me? I trust you. This is spiritual talk. I trust you. Go through it. I went through it. And I had to come back through it to break the curse. The cycle's broken. Ain't nothing else I can do now. I'm just in a waiting period, seeing what the Almighty gonna do with me from this point on. I'm in a waiting period, but I'm waiting so I can make room for whatever He got. This is what making room mean for whatever He got. This is a spiritual awakening, not you just sitting there having a little argument with family. Y'all might fight each other, but y'all gonna be back. All these people is gone permanently out of my life. These people can never return back in my life. And this is family that I cannot never go back to. So this is something that people say, I ain't gonna never deal with him no more. And then about 5 years, they will. Women are and say, I ain't gonna deal with him ever again. And it's been a year in. My brother went back to a woman that he didn't deal with for 5 years. Do you know those dark spirits wait you out? They will wait you out just to see if you're gonna come back in. And they know when you're gonna fall because they watches you faithfully. How you think they know? How you think they know? They lurking on your channel to see how they gonna get back in. My brother used to tell me this. I said, such and such. Not he's sitting there plotting, trying to get back with old girl. I said, her son, which he's not my nephew, but I call him my nephew. I said, nephew fell off the motorbike and he had a little stroke, a minor stroke, and he scarred up his whole body. I said, what is he doing where he having strokes? Yes, finding a weak spot because it's going to occur. Weak spot's going to occur because you're in healing. You might call, when women and men leave each other, they like, I'm living my best life. They'll go do a makeover with the physical realm. But they're not going inwardly. They're not going in the spiritual and making over. They make over in the physical, but there's no making over in the spiritual. Satan can always come back in and get you because your weak spot is going to always be available. That's why a lot of men and women can come back in and tear you on on a series of events because you ain't spiritually going in and heal. When you ain't spiritually going within, you're going to always have that availability, that weak spot always going to be available. It's just whenever they feel like coming back in. My brother went away for 5 years in prison. He didn't talk to his first ex-wife for 5 years. She went and got another man, another drug dealer, had another kid by the drug dealer, wrecked that man's home, and that woman, and that's right there on Fatal of Attraction. And I will share that movie that they got on Fatal of Attraction. This is a real event with my brother's first wife, and the girl killed her boyfriend because she was an RN. My brother's wife is a LPN, and she got a baby from the girl's boyfriend, and they've been together 10 years. And the girl, the RN, she lost her job because she was stealing pharmaceuticals from the institution. And they found out, it got exposed. They told her that she is fired. She go home that night and find out that he's having a baby from my brother's ex-wife, and she planted a way to kill him, and she shot him in his sleep, 2 bullets to the head. Then she went downstairs and shot herself and told them that somebody broke in the house, because somebody did break in the house before this murder went down by, all of this stuff coming to ravel. This is real events. And I'm going to share it on my post with it. Even I shared, and people don't know this or not, with Jay-Z, the children that's coming out, with Ramir, that son that he got, he already know he had, and the girl that's here in Eastern Shore, the child that he really did have. We know Jay-Z when he was a little teeny ugly little something running around here, because he used to come to my grandmother's house with my uncle. We know Jay-Z. Jay-Z just left the past fast and left behind a past. He was a dope dealer found in DeHaven. And I don't know if y'all hear about DeHaven on the videos. DeHaven and all them was down here. They love young. They used to have prostitute parties, swim parties for those young girls out there in a Econo Lodge on Route 50 in Cambridge, Maryland. So what y'all seeing is nothing new to us. But the only reason why the world looking at Jay-Z as this big hover is because of money purposes. Idling. Y'all looking at him like he's this God. He's not God. He is created by God. Yeah, they're looking at him like he's a god. He's a god. Oh, look at him. Yeah, and they sitting there. Terry Turner, Jay-Z and them used to come and play cards, sell drugs, and mess with them girls. Robin, all of them. Emory Jones. He made a song of Emory Jones. Look up Emory Jones. They all from Dorchester County. Jay-Z and them from New York, but they came down here. I don't know how they got down here. Yeah, he's ugly something. He is ugly. He is. He is ugly. Y'all know he is. And look at Beyonce. He got her when she was young. Look at all of this Jaguar right. She telling it all. They killed her son. She ain't playing no games. Look at Beyonce. She was young. Look at Tina Knowles. Gave over her daughter. What mother is gonna be okay with her daughter going with an older man like Jay-Z? That girl was nothing but a child, and she gave her over for money purposes and fame. Yeah, Jaguar tells it. She tell it all because Jaguar from Philly. She from Benny Single and all of them. See, them people, they 45 minutes away from us. She ain't telling no lies about that. Jay-Z know all of them people. Jay-Z and them been messing with these young women. He know it. He know it, but he's saying my money can cover up my past. He's not going to be able to pay his way all the time. Diddy got touched. Michael Jackson got touched. Prince got touched. All of them going to get touched. But people looking up at them like they gods. Who want a woman that's going to shake her body all over the world? Now Jay-Z selling out his children, putting little children up there to dance. Blue dancing. Remy or whatever her name is. Now she on the stage. They had to use the generational got to be used for money purposes. Tino knows up there fussing about Jay-Z. That's not even her child. Why is you up here defending Jay-Z? Why you want your daughter to be abused like that, letting her daughter stay in them situations? Y'all gotta look past the fame. Look past the fortune. Miss Knowles, look at her. Miss Knowles look like she get down in the dark realm. She look like she a sorcerer. You can look at her. That woman is evil. She's very evil. Her husband, she stayed with her husband for 32 years. And then he up here talking about, oh, Jay-Z destroyed our family. Jay-Z had a past. Beyonce was too young to even know about what's in your past. That's why he was conquering them young women. R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, all this old stuff been going on for years. Get them naive, brainwash them, bring them up. Jay-Z grew up in the projects in New York. Y'all know how New York is. New York is a tough and rough situation. Now we're going to spread ourselves abroad and we're going to get on. All of them celebrities came from the what? Hood. Look at Aretha Franklin had children from her uncle and stuff. This stuff runs deep. But being though they got money, you see them on TV, I'm an idol. They got deep pasts. They got passes they got wounds. Carly B, when Carly B made it in, how Carly B get in? She got in from that Bad Girls Club stuff. Carly B teeth was all crooked, messed up. She was crazy. Carly B was, because my daughter used to watch her. Then Carly B blew up in the industry. Money. They didn't seek the kingdom of God first. They went straight into the money and left behind a past. So these celebrities that y'all looking up to, they your everyday people. It's only that they using satanic rituals, demonic things to stay afloat. If the Almighty expose them, regardless if they do better or not. Lil Wayne, all of them drugged out, on lean, popping pills, sex after sex, jumping from relationship to relationship. It's nothing healthy. It's nothing spiritually healthy about those celebrities. But people look up to them regardless. And then they bring their children. Oh, you got your own children. Why don't you own over your own kids? Why aren't you loving on your own kids? Oh, look at them like you know them. Like you spend time with these people. Yes, they need healing. Absolutely. They need massive healing. Because guess what? When they die, Hey, they probably had fun here. It ain't gonna be no fun on the afterlife. The Almighty say it. It ain't gonna be no fun. You can bow here or you gonna bow over there. And when you bow crossing over, it's over for you. They got to see the same God. They got to see the same Messiahs. And they got to see the same Holy Spirit. They got to see the same identical thing if that man was homeless or that woman was homeless on the streets starving. They got to see the same thing. And point blank, they were starving. That's why they came in. That's why the industry picked these misfits up. Absolutely. No, they don't. No, they don't know their kids. They don't. Beyonce got three different nannies. You can tell when she put her children out there, she's programming her children how to be performers. They can't make mistakes. They can't tell their Tina was up there talking about Tina Book. Yeah, they got nannies. Yes, they do. They got nannies, babysitters. They got people watching their children. And you got to be careful with that. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much. You can't be having people raise your children. Why you can't raise them? Blue got a nanny that she loved. Remedy, I don't know where the boy twin at. I don't never see him. But they be using these, Satan got his way of using these people to keep the generational cycle alive. They're gonna have what the Almighty say. Verily, verily, the rich man will make it into the kingdom of God. Why? Because Satan got them under a stronghold. They are under a severe stronghold where they're thinking that they are gods, their pride, their arrogance. Look at Nebuchadnezzar in the word of God. He was the king of Babylon. What did Almighty do to him? Put him on his knees. I'm gonna put you on your knees until you repent. 7 years, this man was a whole animal. He repent, he got it together. Because the Almighty gonna make you suffer. He ain't playing with you. The same spirit in us is the same spirit that's in them. The same spirit that attacked us is the same spirit that's attacking them. Satan got them up on a high pedestal until they drop. And when they drop, what's going to happen? They're either going to commit suicide or they're going to be out here doing God knows what. Yes. God, dog, you better say it, sis. You better say it. That is I can't even, sis, I can't, that's just a mouthful right there. That's a mouthful. Got them on stage trying to pull emotions out of us like it's like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's you're giving yourself over into a strong, high-ranking demon that is using the whole world, is getting the whole world understand under this spell. So when you watch these celebrities, these men that's looking at, because if that was a decent wife, these wives wouldn't be out here shaking their body. Beyonce wouldn't be half dressed like a prostitute or a stripper in front of her children. She wouldn't even be dressing like that. Her booty out, her whole butt out on stage in front of millions of people and her children. So her children seeing her nakedness and the world, and not just only her other celebrities. You can see it. Absolutely. 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 Now, guess what? Now you're hypnotized. Yep. And hypnotized. Fantasizing. Fantasizing. All them people want these celebrity women. Look at Megan Thee Stallion. She come out and you can't be like me. And what they saying now, where the WAP? That song that had the WAP. My WAP make them shoot me. My WAP. Well, why y'all WAP ain't keeping y'all with nobody? If that WAP is all that good. Where the WAP at? Carly B can't keep a man. Walked out. She walked out. While she was on the boat with the football player, he was getting other WAP upstairs with the other girls. So the WAP ain't all that great then. Something wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. WAP is trash. It really is, sis. That's why people don't want the truth. Because this is where Satan illusionally have all these illusions like your WAP, my WAP. And women do this every day. When they say, I got your man, you better ask him about me. If you kiss him, you tasting me. I'm not kissing him, so I ain't tasting nothing. But I'm gonna tell you what he about to taste. I almost swallowed my candy. Almost made me choke on my own candy. I'm gonna tell you what he about to taste. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Mm-mm. I'm gonna tell you what he about to taste. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm gonna tell you what he about to taste. He about to taste out that dough. Yes. Yes. Sis. Yes. That's come on. It's deep. It's deeper than what people out here saying. It's very deep. This is serious. That's why a lot of people messed up. Oh, he good to me in bed. Oh, she got that good. Oh, he got that good pipe. Ain't no good pipe. Ain't no good. Ain't no good wop. And ain't no good slop. Cause I'ma tell you right now, they got you under a spell, and then they go out there and give it to somebody else. It's all designed to take you out of here. Satan needs souls. Yes. Yes. I I'm trying to think how with me when it came to sex. I didn't let sex bother me because I was broken from molestation. So sex was just like a vent to conquer. That's why I said my twin mirrored, and I immediately went in. I went and did work on me. I said, Heavenly Father, here I am. Because see, my twin was a reflection of me. And I'm looking at the things he's saying, and I'm like, because he was molested. He was molested by his cousins and his babysitter, and he was touched by his uncle. So I'm like, man, that's why I didn't let the men conquer me in the beer. You know, you don't know because you ain't got nobody to educate you. You thinking you're doing fine. But when it came to sexual activities, even oral sex, it didn't conquer me because just I would go back like my uncle always did oral on me. Why? Like, why did that demon was severe? And then to come to find out he got molested by his mama's uncles. I mean brothers. So it's a line of they sucking had him sucking on them and stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like that stuff is heartbreaking because it's like passed down the curse. Passed down the curse. And that's what was happening. The curse was being passed down. Wait a minute, let me turn it Aaron. The curse is being passed down. He get molested before I even came around. So when I come around, I'm new to the generational cycle. So now that means I'm going to get entered. I'm about to enter into the generational poison, and that's how it was. I was a product of molestation because they were being molested. They were being abused by the men. It wasn't no women though. They were being abused by the men. So that's where he got off messing with little boys. He messed with my nephews, my sister children. So all of this stuff started, and it messed my nephew up. Demolished the girl, demolished her whole head. Hi, Dexter. How you doing, mate? That's the one that demolished her whole head. But it came from generational. I'm gonna pass it to you, and I'm gonna pass it to you. This is how generational. Give me 1 second, and you pass it to me. And see, when it came to sexual contact with me, I wouldn't let a man dominate me or get so passionate with me sexually. You get what I'm saying? So when it came to the bedroom, I was more of a circus type of fun female. You know, I'm not putting me out there, but I got to talk about it because it's important. I wasn't let's make love, like let's kiss. I hated kissing. Kissing, I still to this day pray one day I get there. But kissing is not my thing. But far as a man, like making love and we touching, you can't touch me too much because I start feeling a trigger. It would trigger me. They didn't know it, but I knew it. So when they would try to, you know how men want to caress you and feel on your skin and, rub on you. Inside, it would anger me so much. I'd be like, get off of me. And my ex used to always ask me, why you say get off of you? I said, because I just don't want to be touched right now. It wasn't that I couldn't tell him that, but I when we used to argue, if he used something, he'll try to use it against me. So I never told him too much of nothing so he could use it against me. So I was like, I couldn't open up to him and tell him these things, because as soon as he get angry, or as soon as we start, having a disagreement, he gonna use it, and that's gonna be a problem. Because you're not gonna use what I told you against me. So he really didn't have nothing to use against me. He'll just go out, he'll try to say something about my kids, or your kids off the chain, and well, they mine and they gonna get you tonight. I mean, I really would say that. So that's all he could use. But he didn't know too much about my life, because it wasn't good to tell him that, because he would use it, towards me. So he didn't know, so I would keep it suppressed. But now that I had to open up, and it took me 6 years to get up here and tell y'all about me. Oh my goodness. At first I was like, who gonna do that? Who gonna get on public? This is public stuff to say it, but I know now it's for the almighty purposes to waken people. Don't be ashamed about it. Get it out of your chest. Get it out of you. Go in secret. Go in private. So sexual activities, a man couldn't blow my mind. Even if he had a big pipe, he could not blow my mind. It was just to fulfill the craving that I had for my activation in my flesh, a lust demon. But he couldn't get me where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, he couldn't do it, because I was numb. I was possessed by a lust demon, but I was, inside my wound was open, but it was, I'm gonna get you first. So I would literally be a circus type of woman. We having all kinds of crazy fun in the bedroom, but when we leave out the bedroom, I'm empty. I'm cold. I don't want to cuddle. And my ex was a cuddle. He loved to cuddle. So after we have sex, he want to lay on the side and, wrap himself. You know how a man and a woman lay on the side like this, and he behind me, and he would bring his arm over like this, and I would be like this. That's how I would be in the bed. Boy, you better get your hands off of me. That's what I would say. And he'd be like, you okay? I'd be like, yeah, I'm okay. I would lie, because I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want to, he had a good night. We were sexing good, and he thought we was in love, but I wasn't in love. I was in pain. I was wounded. So he holding on to me in the bed and scooting up and trying to cuddle. And I'm like, if you don't get your body over there. So I act like I got to do something. So I go out and do something in the house. I keep myself cleaning. I start dancing. I'll go drinking. I was drinking in misery. So all of this stuff, when it comes for sex, it will mess your mind up when you are more weaker in that spiritual portal. Some people aren't weak. I wasn't weak in that spiritual portal because of molestation, because of allowing that wound to grow over time, and Satan became strong on me spiritually in the flesh. So when I did get a man that got a big pipe or can give good head or whatever, I wouldn't it couldn't blow my mind, because I was done that way as a child. So it was very numb. I was numb. So when people are not numb, when women are open without protection, yes, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that, because somebody got to be on one side. Somebody got to play a role. I wasn't weak on that role. I was weak in control. If he wouldn't let me control him, and that's good though. That's good, but it's nothing wrong. I was weak in control. If my ex didn't let me control him, I would throw temper tantrums. I would really go into a a depressing mode because of abandonment, rejection. That control came from being rejected, being abandoned. So if he did something and it was out of my control, I would have I would have a temper tantrum. I would really go into a depressing stage. So I was weak in that area. So if he left and went out and stayed out and didn't tell me, I'm going into a depression because my rejection and my abandonment issues is surfacing up. So now I got to deal with it. So what I would do, I would be vindictive and I fight the same way he fight because I don't want to deal with what I just felt. So when I met my twin rejected me, and I'm like, you know, I know you, I know you just didn't reject me. I'm too pretty to be rejected. I'm too beautiful. The Almighty said, you too conceited. Let him reject you again. My twin reject me again. I'm like, and I did text him. I said, but the Almighty needed him to mirror me. He had to mirror me. Ghost, ghost, mirror, mirror, reject, reject. Then I start rejecting him. He start reject. Then we start facing each other fears, and he'll ghost, I'll ghost. He'll give me the solid treatment, I give him the solid treatment. He'll text and don't text back a day or two. I text and don't text back a day or two. Then I just start, you know what, we got to stop this. The Almighty came and intervened and separated it, because we are now fighting each other. We don't supposed to fight each other karmically. We're supposed to be each other's self-reflection. So as I start learning that he was the reflection of me, then I had to go back in and check what is going on with me. And everything that man went through, I was like, that's me. And it was a place that I didn't even know that I was. I didn't know I was living in illusions. I didn't know I was living in a false sense. I didn't know that I had men that I dealt with that I didn't even remember. I didn't know all of this stuff that he was talking about. I was like, golly, okay. I had sex with this guy, wouldn't even, he called our racist number or block him. Or I get with a guy and be with him, and I'm thinking that we together. But we're separated. I'm detached, and they are attached on their wounds, and I'm detached from my wounds. And I never could understand why I could walk out of a relationship and just didn't care. I was like, there's something severely wrong with me. Why am I walking out of a 10-year, 14-year, or a 6-year relationship and I don't feel nothing? It was impossible. How can I not feel? I didn't even know half of these energies had names to them. I didn't even know it was demons. So now that I understand, my sexual portal was being used to attract men, because two men like to took my life. I almost died twice. Thank God he shielded me. I almost lost my life twice with two men, because when a man fall for you, he ain't gonna play with you. And they fell for me. They didn't never tell no other women they loved them. They never told no other women they'll give their all to them. And I'm talking about, as y'all call them, overt, covert, malignant, sociopaths. These men open their hearts to me, and when they open their hearts to me, I left them. I'm not laughing because I left them, but now that I see, I'm like, and they was like, no. So men, when you deal with a man that got a fake armor on all their life, they're afraid to open up because they feel like that you're gonna leave them like a mama did, or you're gonna abandon them like their moms or dad did, or you're gonna reject them. So now they don't open their whole heart up to you. Now open my heart up to you. You're gonna leave me. The last guy, not my ex. He's my ex. He's drugged out. I pray for him a lot, not because I want him back. I don't tell him that, but I pray that he bring it back, because them drugs will kill you. Them drugs will really kill you. And he got this young girl that he's dealing with, and they say it's a mess down there, but that's not my problem. But I throw prayers up for him, because everybody deserve a prayer. You get what I'm saying? Everybody deserve some type of healing, and I pray that he get it right, because I told him, I said, you gonna mess your life up. He thought he wasn't. Well, I'm going to go back horn. I'm going to go back. I said, your horn this time going to be different, my man. Because I was sitting here to help you get out of all this stuff that you got. But he refused to take the true route. He went back to the false route. And now he's really messed up real bad. And the other guy that I had, he's gone. He's gone down. He thought that he was going to play. He didn't know that I was divine. I'm a divine feminine. I come in y'all life to give y'all energy. And they just didn't want it. They just didn't want to get right. They wanted to stay dirty. So what you going to do? You going to stay dirty with him? I'm not staying dirty with nobody. So the last guy, he was a player on top of a player on top of a player. Nice looking fellow. He come and when we started having intercourse, like I said, I was a circus fun type of female. He one night we was laying in the bed. He said, I gotta tell you something." I'm like, "What's up?" That's how I always talk. "What's up? What you gotta tell me?" He said, I love you." "You what?" "I love you." "Oh, mm-mm." He said, "You don't love me?" I said, this is just supposed to be a sex thing, right? You just, at night when I got that desire, I get my desires at 2 o'clock in the morning. And the desires only came at 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when demons want to move around. You feel me? So I just want 2 o'clock in the morning and 2 in the morning too. So nobody won't see me, going over here to this dude's house. He was a secret. He didn't supposed to been public. So he supposed to be a secret. So 2 o'clock in the morning, he's available. I say, you're not in love with me. We're just having sex. A lot of people think having intercourse is love. It's not. It's a strong, lustful attachment. It's a desire. It's not a destiny. A desire is totally different than a destiny. So I was like, you don't love me. It's no way. We just having sex. He said, "Siobhan, I gave you my body." I said, "And you gave many other women your body." He got angry because he just had opened up without just sitting down talking to me. "Siobhan, how do you feel about me?" Because that's what I would do first. "Siobhan, how you feel about me?" I would ask that question first. "How you feel about me?" Now that I can read energies, yes, making, absolutely making. It's not making love. It's making lustful desires. You live in a fantasy. Because I watched it a lot of porn. So being as though I watched a lot, man, I'm open up real bad. I watched a lot of porn. So watching a lot of porn helped me to overcome the feelings of being molested. I didn't have to have a man touching me. I can get a vibrator. But then my flesh was like, I need flesh. So I want to go make love to, or make not make love, but make love to the fantasy. See, making love to me is making love to that fantasy. So I already got a fantasy in my head. So I'm loving the fantasy. So now I need to go find an individual to fulfill the love of that fantasy. So it's called they definitely got to call making love that, because that's what it is. So it's making love to a fantasy. So when I get to making love to that fantasy, I got to find a man that I already trained to my body that can make love to my fantasy. So when they love to my fantasy, you get what I'm saying? It's making love to a fantasy. So that's making love. But when you learn how to make love to your destiny, it's going to be beyond a fantasy. It's going to be true love. And that's when you do the work on yourself. So it's making love to a fantasy, because that's what we were making love is my fantasy. So when I meet him, and he was cool. He was down with the toys. He was down with the porn. We'll put the porn on TV, and I'd show him what I like and what I want him to do. And then boom, he'll make love to my fantasy. And I would fulfill off of what I have here, and I would bring it through a reality in the 3D through his vessel. So it's like the dark realm already got you connected to somebody that's going to fulfill your fantasy. So we make love to the fantasy. And he fell crazy head over heels for me, because I opened up something in him that he never had before. So he ended up falling deep. And then when he seen that it wasn't bothering me and I didn't feel the way he felt, then he started doing crazy stuff. Like he went and got this girl and went and married this girl. He went and got this girl. Hold on. 11:11, y'all. 11:11. My twin is somewhere. My twin thinking about me. I feel my twin right now. I'm on my twin here. Good grief. Twin be killing me in energy. But I can feel my twin. When my twin flame thinking about me, I can feel him, and he drains my energy real bad. But I learned how to transmute it and meditate. But it's 11:11. That's let me know me and him connected right now. But when we made, when he fell head over heels for me, he tried to hurt me. Yeah, that's what 11. I can feel my twin flame, even though we're distance away. I can tell when he can't articulate it, and he's scared to walk out. My twin flame is very terrified to love, and that's understandable. So whenever he feel whenever he get me on him, I can feel him, and he miles away. I can feel him. I can feel when he's thinking about me. I used to reach out to him, but I can't do it anymore because he got to walk in his truth, and that's all up to him to walk in his truth. But whenever he's thinking about me, I can feel his presence around me. I can feel him early in the morning. I can feel him late at night. I can feel him right now. He probably watching me right now, but he ain't gonna say nothing. That's what he do. But I can feel his presence. Even when I'm on TikTok, I be like, twin is around, twin you around. And then, on TikTok, their names will pop up, and there go twin, he'll pop up, and I hit it. So, right now, I just let him do his own thing. He got to want it. I can't force him to want it. So when he want to walk out and he be like, Siobhan, I'm ready to be myself, not who he built himself to be, but his authentic self. He's not afraid to love. He's not afraid to open his heart. Then our union can come together. But our union would not be able to come together with him still holding on to his false self, because the Almighty is not going to let it happen. He's not going to let a halfway union. We got to be walking beside each other, and we have to put our fears. And the female normally wakes up first. The male takes a minute. He been working on it. He been giving it. He done ran to other women too. He done put other women before me. He done went on dating games. He done did it all. He did it all. I watched him, and I'm watching him on the videos, and I'll be like, I can't stand you. And I'm like, I can't get away from this man, because the connection is, his exes. He talked back to his exes. He tried to go back to his comfort zone. But one thing about us, chosen ones, and the Almighty, we get what we want. So I just let him run. He ran as soon as I told him I love him, and I did. I loved his soul. I could feel our connections. I knew he was my twin flame, and I told him, I said, I love you. That man took off running. It's gonna be worth it, absolutely. But right now, I can't worry about what he do. He got to get him together. I got to love on me. You get what I'm saying? And I had told him that. I said, I got to love on me. I got to let you go, and I'm not gonna keep carrying you. I got to go, okay? But I love you, and I'm gonna be around. And then I told him, I said, when I tell you I love you, I love your soul. I don't love your ego. I love your soul. So whenever he ready, that'll be on him. I ain't waiting on it. I ain't got time for it. That's whenever he gets done what he doing, he doing. But other than that, I'm walking. I got to keep walking. He'll catch up, I guess. If he don't, then oh well, he just didn't want to catch up. But that's all up to him. It's not up to me. But when I told the other dude that, he was like, but I told you I love you. You're not in love with me. He was loving me for a void. And then he opened up to me after the fact, after I left. He went and got married with a girl. He put it on social media, and he knew I was his friend on social media. And I told my ex, me and my ex was together because he was just my side thing. I told my ex, I said, look at old boy. He went and got married to that girl like he gonna piss me off. My ex said, girl, do you know who you're talking to? I said, but you know about him, because I didn't keep it from my ex. I have just my conscience, since I used to be a piece of work, my conscience, I can't have nothing on my heart, and I'm looking at a person, and even though we're toxic and we're doing each other wrong, it's just I can't let stuff sit on me long. So I'm just scrolling through Facebook, and there he go, bam. I say, this ninja, he done went and got married. Oh, him and her were holding hands in the car. I say, he fronting. I said, look at him fronting. And my ex looking at me like this. I said, you can't look at me like that. You got a girl right down the street. He was messing with an ex-girl that he messed with way before me in '04. I said, you can't get mad with me. You got a girl right down the street. All you got to do is go knock on their door, and she'll let you in. She said, y'all always a be family. I said, so what you getting mad with me for? I ain't going to be no fool now. I ain't nobody fool. But eventually, he came back around. Siobhan, I did it because I love you. I said, I don't care. I don't want you no more. It's over now. But then my demons got activated. Yeah. My ex the one that I was with for the 10 years, he said, boy, you is a fool. I said, what you mean by that? He said, man, nobody can crack your code. And I didn't understand that. I said, crack my code? What kind of, what is you trying to crack? He was trying to dominate me. I guess I wasn't like the other women. And once I asked him, I said, what do you mean by cracking my code? He said, because all the women that I had, yeah, they be fronting. Yeah, they be fronting. But that's that song. Wait a minute. That's crazy, sis. That's crazy because I was just listening to that song on when I was in the gym last night, and I did a short. Y'all see me put my little shorts up there. Y'all, I be working it out. I'm trying to get where I need to be. I am. I had to put on me some music to keep me going. I got that. Here it is. Listen, I do not own the rights to this. Yes, yes. Hey, hey, hey. Boom. I love me some music. Yeah, that's the song right there. They be fronting. They be fronting. Look what he said. But you ain't looking at no other dudes cause you love me. Hey. He said, I'm sorry. He got a peculiar voice. But yeah, I was just yeah. He probably is, ain't it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't think about that. I feel my twin. My twin around. I feel my twin right now. We locked out. I can feel him right now. He around. He's somewhere. He hurt my chest. And it's a cave right here in your chest. It hurts so bad, like real bad. Oh, right there. Right here. It's tight too. God dog, I got to transmute it. Woo! But yeah, I was listening to it. Whew, twin here. It's right here. It's crazy. I thought I was losing it. I was like, I'm going crazy. Transformation is weird, but it's good now. But he was fronting, and I told my ex, I say, and he think he's smart. He better not. Not right now. Twin is cool though. I like my twin because he never, and one thing about my twin, he never lied to me about nothing. Nothing. I thought that he was sending mixed emotions, but it wasn't that. He knew that right now he wasn't at a place to be in my life. And I didn't know because I'm rushing. I'm halfway in my awakening when we met. He wasn't there yet. My twin was dark when I first met him. But we both still wasn't all the way. I wasn't all the way there. I was halfway in. And he was not even in. Because when we met flesh to flesh, it was like, we were crazy about each other then, but we just didn't say it. And I was like, I'm gonna hold my composure. So when I went to his seminar, we went and he had talking with other people, and I was like, he feisty. And I was like, I like him. He just like me. And then I was like, the girls was like, is that your friend? That's your man? I was like, no, I don't know him. I'm just here doing a seminar. And then I'm like, why is I'm saying that? Had to go back into the word. I'm like, what is it, reincarnated. We are now living what the Almighty have the word live. So before we can come together in a union, he got to do what he got to do, and he got to put his fears and his pride and his ego down before he can come to me. The Almighty kept us in a distance, because if the Almighty didn't, I would have been gave this man this thing, honey. That man is so attractive. Honey, that man got everything I wanted. He got the bald head. He's not tall, but he's medium, and he built, and he's sassy, and he overbearing, and he fun. He just like me. He got a big personality, honey. I was like, oh, he liked that porn. He crazy in the bedroom. I mean, all the stuff he talk about. I'm like, but I can't have him right now. I want him right now. Almighty said, no, boy, that thing, it broke my heart when the Almighty separated us. It broke my heart because I wanted him. And then I start feeling his energy. And then when everything started hitting me all at once, and I got mad and I start cursing. I I start cursing again. And I call him, I said, stop effing, get out of my effing energy. If you don't want to talk to me, leave me the F alone. You always messing stuff. I was snapped. I snapped. I did. And that energy was too intense. Everybody was in my energy. And I didn't cuss at him like made him feel little. I just expressed myself. And when I went back to hear my voice, I said, girl, you can't even cuss no more. I was cussing like a little immature kid. I was like, listen to you. You sound so immature. That's how I talked to myself. I was like, look at you sound crazy. But we mirror. I cuss. Look, I can't even cuss no more. It don't even sound right. But I was like, remember I told you that we were masturbating. I was masturbating. It meant his energy and the spiritual realm is connected. I had to go and search that stuff up, and I told the man, I said, give me a revelation on this. Why am I feeling this man energy? And I would get up in the morning and I would lay in the bed like he right there. I could feel his presence. It was real strong. I was like, well, I can't get over this dude. I can get over any other dude. I even told him, I said, I can't shake you. Why not? This is a problem. Because I never felt somebody internal. No man ever touched me internal. Never. And I'm like, what happened? Like, how he get in? No man ever, even all my kid's father wasn't even internal. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't understand the awakening mission. I never know who could tell you something like this. God is a mystery and only God can show you things. So we separated and I'm like, all right, I'm going to find me another man. He had him a couple of women. He had a couple of women. He would talk, a lot of them. And I was feeling jealous. And I was like, I'm jealous. And he would say stuff on his videos. He said, yeah, this time you was reading that book. Yeah, yes. What you talking about? The word of God? Right? Because I was reading the word of God. Oh no, the broken book, his book. No, it was, yes, it was. Yes, it was, sis. Yes, it was. When I started the masturbation. And that stemmed from, the book came along with when my son and them, yes. Yeah, I got you. I got what you're saying. No, I see what you're saying now. I talk a lot. You got to bring it back to my remembrance. But you're right, sis. You're right. This the time when I was reading the book and my son, it all happened all at once when my son tricked me with those Rice Krispie treats. Yes. Yeah. That woman got my book. She got it. She got that book. She didn't give it back in. I just told her keep it. Her name is Joanne. She an older lady. That man triggered something in that older lady. And he liked the older women too. He loved the older women. He didn't like younger women, because he seen them. I don't know what he seen a younger woman as. But yes, the woman that kept my book, his book, yes. And it stemmed from that because when I start reading it, I start getting flushed. I start getting hot. And I'm like, oh. And I'm high because I just had about 10 Rice Krispie treats and 5 cake pops full of weed. And I'm high. He had her dancing. Says, he had her dancing. She coming to work. I'm going in there. She looking at me and she's like, oh, she happy now. And Michelle, one of the girls in there, she was like, oh, Joanne been cutting up. I said, because that nigga got my book. I said, that book that activated her emotions. She said, what, Siobhan? I said, that nigga got my book. She got that book put up. Boy, that book like a porno movie to her, honey. I know she be in there, and there's secret legs are shaking. I'm peed all in her pamper and everything. She knew better than that. But I gave it to her. I said, oh, you can have it. I said, if you can't find it, don't worry about it. I'll order another one. So Twin was like, I'll get you another one. I was like, don't worry about it. So, I knew that book, it got a lot of sexual content in it. So if you're not ready for it. But when I was reading the book, it was because I told him, I said, you ain't got to tell me nothing about you. You got books. I said, so your books, and I said, you online telling yourself, I said, so you got books. So I get into the spirit. So me and him is meant to be twins in the spiritual realm. We are here great. We're for the destiny of the Almighty, not just personal destiny, but this is for an assignment on the spiritual level. We're supposed to help nations come and awaken together. So I learned all of this. Now I didn't know at first, but when I got masturbating, I was like, I'm masturbating to you. I want you. And I was like, why am I wanting you? You ain't touching me. What is going on? This is stupid. Never did that before. Never. I could get in the bed and lay in the bed and I can just get into my quiet and here he come in my spirit. It's amazing how it go. It's crazy. And I lay there and I could feel him. I can feel his thoughts. I can tell him what he said. He can tell me what I said. And this is how we telepathically doing it. When he ready to text me, I told my son, baby mama, we were sitting on the bed, and I say, he about to send a text. I said, because he's near. And sure enough, such and such, such and such. I don't want to say his name right now until it come public. Whenever it come, I don't want to put him out there right now. And I say, such and such, such and such. She's like, how you know? I said, I feel him. I can feel him. I can feel his thoughts. 2 weeks ago, I could feel that he was talking about the 7 attractions. And he thought that this was an attraction with me and him. I thought I was attracted to him and he thought he was attracted to me. But we are awakening to each other for almighty purposes. And I'm like, man, this is deeper. So once the Almighty start sending other chosens my way, other chosens that's already been through the twin flame awakening, not the demonic awakening, not the karmic awakening. This is for divine purposes. And now that I done cream cross some on YouTube, I'm like, oh my goodness. So we are destined for greatness together. We're going to be the first millionaires whenever the Almighty release him and whenever he go through his awakening. He going through it now because I went back over there and checked on him, and I don't stay over there long. I let him go ahead and be about his own awakening because I can't intervene. Just like he couldn't intervene in mine. Even though once I tried to get him to come through 1-2 times about something, the Almighty said no. You got to go through this awakening alone. He cannot help you because he got to go through his own awakening. So he could not help me in any parts of my awakening. And I'm going to tell you right now, and it hurt so bad. I'm glad I'm over mine. But I'm going to pray for him as he go through his, because he got to face some things that he ain't ready for. Like I had to face ego deaths. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for to open up and say love. And man, this man in the back of my back. Oh my goodness. All right. But anyways, I gotta go. I got to go back up here to this because I ain't got no horn. They gave me a rental car with no horn. I can't burn nothing, and that's dangerous. So I just wanted to get it, and it's 11:30, and I got to go move around. I done sat in this car. I got to go walk in the park or something. Yeah. So yeah, I ain't got no horn, and that's what happened this morning. I was sitting at the parking lot at the store, and I'm waiting for an order to come through and get myself through. I was just getting out of prayer, and I didn't think about the horn. I just switched out rental cars yesterday, and the guy that I told y'all that was homeless, and now he got a job and he doing well. So I'm sitting here like this, and he rolled past. He said, "Burn, burn," and I said, the Almighty was warning me through him to let me know that there's no horn. I was like, oh my God. I get excited when the Almighty use other people to alert me about something. I would have never thought in a million years that there was not going to be a horn on the call. You know what I'm saying? It's a car. So, and it's coming from a rental place. Why they did not check to see if there was a horn? You get what I'm saying? So when he said burn, burn, I was like, immediately, that's your reaction. I'm like, and I'm pushing on it now. I got no horn. I was like, thank you, Almighty. Like, he used any vessel because everybody is him. People, believe it or not, we are all living off of the Almighty Spirit. That's why the Almighty can detect when you're doing wrong. The Almighty say you can't run, you can't hide in every secret place. He can judge you because we are living off of his energy. That's how we can feel frequencies. We can feel energies. That's why I said come into the spirit so you can understand the flesh. The flesh is of sin. The spirit is of God. So when he used him to tell me, Siobhan, there is no horn, he saved my life. Because I probably would have got out here if I wasn't with the Almighty and couldn't read the energy message. I could have got out here and something could have came past me and I needed the horn to aware them. I would have probably had a massive accident. So it's a lot of small things that you got to be thankful and grateful for. So I'm just giving it a little time and I talk before I go up here to let my buddy Isaac know that there is no horn on this car whatsoever, and this comes out of a rental car. So that tells you right there that no matter what you get or what you do, everybody is not aware, everybody is not awakening. So just because he's the brand manager, that didn't mean that he know everything, because he's young. He's only 26 years old, so he still got a lot to go through. Even though he got the knowledge, he got the philosophy of it, but he don't understand. He probably never worked on a car. He probably never understood that you check for this or you check for that. I even checked the tires, and he was like, we need to hire you. I need some lip gloss too, y'all. I am out of lip gloss. Isn't that special? People, everybody don't have it in them, even though they might be very professional. They might got a lot of worldly wisdom, but they don't probably have awakening. And that's what we have to go through, awakenings. A lot of spiritual layers of egos. A lot of spiritual ego deaths. So, that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all regardless. But I'm in my awakening, and I done completed my mission. All I'm doing now is waiting for wherever Almighty gonna take me, put me wherever. Right now I'm just enjoying myself, loving on myself, working out, staying comfortable, chilling, just doing me. And that's what's important, doing you. But I love y'all. I may be back up here. Y'all know I may not. I got to hit the gym and I got to get back working, but I got to go up here to this rental place because they got to give me a car with a horn. I can't drive this car without a horn. You heard me. But y'all be nice, be loving, be kind, and caring to yourself. Love on yourself. If you on a twin flame journey and you don't understand none of the energy, let it go through. Do what you got to do. I love you too, sunshine. Kiss them babies for me. And you have a great and beautiful day. And thank you for coming up. And y'all already told y'all know how this algorithm is. One day you might see 1 K up here. It's a glitch in the system. So y'all don't worry about, as long as I got you up here and somebody else, it is what it is. But I love you all. And that's why I'm over here on YouTube, because I'm telling y'all, I ain't get back on TikTok no time soon. There's so many people, they flood me over there. Oh my goodness, I got to learn how to be in the public eye. I know if I come on YouTube, I ain't got too many people. If they do watch me, I'll be on a replay. But on TikTok, soon as I hit boom, it don't give me a chance to just talk and don't see nobody. Here they come. Or they come on me hard. I be like, oh my goodness. So I am a runner right now. I'm running away from TikTok. I deleted the whole app. It ain't even on my phone. But I'm gonna get back over there. I just enjoying the solitude and the quietness over here. So I'm being a runner from society right now. But I love it. But I love you, sis. Kiss them babies. And anybody watch me on the replay, I love you. And if you watch what I say, I'm real raw and I'm honest. So I'm just giving the real truth. And you're okay, well, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna turn, the heat gonna turn up. But I'm here. Your sis here. So I help you whatever you need to walk through, because baby, it's gonna get intense. Whoa! Whoa! I'm glad I'm over it. Oh, I don't even want to look back on that, but I have to. But prayers and love and kindness and care to yourself. Be loving and kind to you. Period.